Hey Gemini, welcome back to Distilled Tarot. My name's Shannon. I'll be guiding you through this week's reading. This is going to be our weekly reading for July 10th through the 16th, 2023. Let's see what's going on with Gemini. The heart of your reading, we have Judgment. So you're in a position of reviewing the past. You have a feeling that something may or may not want to be revived. And I am putting it that way on purpose because it's like the impetus for you to evaluate this past person or situation is not coming from within you necessarily. It feels like it's coming from an external source. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Fool, which is a bit like a fresh beginning. Come on, trust me. It's the quintessential take a leap of faith. So I think someone is asking you to jump in, sight unseen, without having all the information. Because it's the Judgment card, it's more likely than not that it's something that you've been familiar with or interacted with in the past, something or someone. Let's see what the challenge is. What challenge is Gemini meant to overcome while reviewing this thing that wants to pop back up in their lives? The Sun energy, that means keeping a keen eye on your own freedom, on keeping options open, and not, I want to say pigeonholing yourself, like not trying to fit yourself into a situation where you would feel stifled or limited in some way. With the Eight of Wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck there, that brings in that like stifling, like you feel like energy flow would be somewhat blocked. And it seems like if you were to say yes to this person, place, or thing that wants to be revived back into your life, it would limit your ability to pursue new options that you, I think, already see on the horizon. I don't know if you've like plotted a course or begun moving toward any of those options or possibilities, but it's more than just the concept of leaving your options open. It's there's something materialized or materializing that you see off in the distance that you want to pursue. And you feel like if you allow this past thing to come back into your life, you wouldn't, I think you feel like you would probably regret it. Your focus is on strength in reverse, not wanting to submit to something, not wanting to be vulnerable, not trusting, I think a person, not trusting a person with access to you in a way that they might try to mold or shape or change you. I think their intentions are questionable in your mind. Not that they're necessarily bad, but you're not certain of like whether or not they have pure intentions toward you. You are a bit in a wait and see mode. You're trusting that however this rolls out is going to be for the highest good of everyone concerned. And I think that's a good way to look at things, because when strength in reverse comes out, this is being informed by Temperance at the bottom of the deck, which is that energy of like, I know things don't necessarily have to make sense on paper, but if I trust in divine timing and follow my intuition and walk the path that feels right and full of energy and full of spark and joy for me, then the things that are meant to enter my life will do so. So you're trying not to rush into anything. I think you do feel a bit pressured. Maybe there's a time constraint. In the recent past, we have the Eight of Swords, which is you being in your head and not realizing that there are more ways to look at things. I think the Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck is twofold in its meaning. It's both talking about the fact that you like to, in this situation, play your cards close to the vest, conceal what you're actually thinking. So you may have actually, come to think of it, you may have been putting on a front to this person and making an excuse like, oh, I can't possibly see a way toward doing that, when you know you could make it happen, but whatever excuse or explanation you're giving to this person as to why your decision is as it has been thus far, I think has been like a partial truth, or just placating them to make sure that you have enough space. You want to create space between you and them somehow so that they're not pressuring you as much. I also think that you're buying yourself time, or you have been doing so, in order to reason your way or think your way creatively out of a situation that feels very limiting. Show me how Spirit is viewing the situation. How does Gemini's higher self see the situation? All right. Knight of Pentacles. When you do what you love, when you take actions based on things that bring you happiness and joy, then opportunities naturally present themselves. I think this is a mode of operation, a method that Spirit is really hoping for you to implement more deeply into your life. Let's see the near future. Okay, for many of you, this is also just plainly clearing the path for someone to enter your life with a new opportunity. Someone who wants to make good on their intentions. They have good intentions towards you and they want good things for you, but they want to present an opportunity to you. And it comes from a good place, whether that's a love offer or just a well-intentioned offer, non-romantic related. It's not clear to me whether it's this past situation coming in with good intentions, or by you saying no to the past situation, that clears the path for this new thing to come in. That's going to be up to your discernment. And if anything comes up with some more information on that during the reading, I'll make sure to highlight it for you guys. In the near future, we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. So I think this is a direct answer to my little quandary there. In the near future, we have possibly this offer or potential breathing new life into a situation from the past. You're going to say no to that. Why? Because it doesn't feel aligned. Chariot in reverse there at the bottom of the deck. Let's see your surprise position. What is going to affect the situation that Gemini doesn't see coming? Change of heart about in the long run. What do you want out of life? The Ten of Pentacles in reverse, especially with the Chariot in reverse just kind of peeking out at us, and now with the Three of Cups in reverse showing itself there at the bottom of the deck. I'm feeling like this whole process is to illuminate for you the ways in which you are not aligned with something you're considering doing. I think your interactions with this person or group of people in the past hasn't been that deep. You haven't been able to explore who they really are, their character on a deeper level. And on the surface, they seem fine. They seem most likely good, like good people, but you're not wanting to just dwell or interact in shallow territory, because this is something of greater import. So something is going to come into your awareness that surprises you or takes you off guard a bit, in the sense of long-term intentions. whether it be probably financial. If this deal or this suggestion to come back into your life has anything to do with money, I think this realization, this surprise information is going to have to do with them not really having the funds or the capital to offer that you thought that they did. Maybe they're in a worse financial position than you thought they were. Maybe you just find out that they're terrible with money and they're in a lot of debt. That is a potential facet to this, but on kind of a grander, broader perspective, the Ten of Pentacles just has to do with how you want your 3D reality to look and what you're aiming toward long term. In a specific way, if there's someone with ill intentions towards you, this could mean that they want your work or efforts or content or involvement so that they can use you to make money, and it's an imbalanced situation. Or they might just directly want to try to take money from you. So watch out for that. It's just one possibility. It's not really screaming that to me, but I want to just point that out in case that's a concern of yours. Make sure that you do your due diligence there. All right, show me hopes and fears. Queen of Cups in reverse. This tells me that you're concerned that you might always need to guard your heart or your true emotions around this person. It could be because you find them very alluring, with this Queen of Wands here peeking out at us from the bottom. I feel this as two people's energy kind of operating like magnets that are pushing each other apart in a sense. Like, you might feel when you're away from this person like you're able to be at your best, but when you're around them, for some reason the energy is off and you feel like you admire them, you respect them. There's a lot of qualities about them that you find wonderful, desirable. And somehow in a nuanced way, your emotional reaction to being in their presence and feeling this way about their energy makes you feel more emotionally guarded. Yeah, and nuance is the name of the game here, because it's not like you're hopeful. Yeah, okay. The thing that you hope for in regards to this is that you will be able to manage your emotions. But you're fearful that the distance required or the shift in your being more introverted around this person versus extroverted, or something along those lines, is what has you feeling like something's off. And it's not exactly a fear per se, but it does have you feeling like your spidey senses are telling you that something's off, something's wrong. Show me the end result. If Gemini stays on this current trajectory, where do they end up? Where do these energies lead them? Coming through the other side of a major ending with the Death card in reverse and the Nine of Wands here at the bottom of the deck, this tells me that it's more likely than not that you're going to go with your initial instinct and not allow this thing to be revived back into your present, something from the past, remember? This is something that's already been considered ended. Like, you've already ended it. You've already had some distance from it. If it were to come back in your life, it would have to be completely brought back from the dead. And that is, so to speak, metaphorically. And that is not something that I see indicated here. I think that you are going to remember all of the challenges, all of the difficulties, everything you had to go through when that thing was present in your life, and you might get a little inkling as to like a gut feeling of how it would feel if you did bring this thing back into your life. If that's the case, if that resonates with you, as you're making this decision, try and sit in that feeling for a little while and really like dissect it, because I feel like that will ground you in this decision. Like it will make you feel a stronger conviction if you decide to decline it when you do so. And it has a sense of finality to it. Like you will feel more certain. And because you feel more certain that it's over, that will free up the space for something better and new to come in. Let's get you some advice. Spirit, show us how Gemini can best work with these energies. Make the decision. Two of Swords. Make the decision based on your Ten of Cups, not anyone else's goals, or whether it be emotional, financial, or whatever. But you have your eye on the prize. You know how you want to feel. And this is critical that you make the decision based on your own internal guidance system and not based on whatever sort of persuasive arguments that people may be making toward you. All right? Gemini, I'm going to leave it there. I thank you for tuning in. I hope this helped. See you back next week.